Me and the CU bus thing, man. It's a bittersweet moment, man. It feels good though. It was nice. I feel like everybody came out here today, put on a little performance for everybody. We had a good turnout of scouts. I feel like all of our players went out there. We've been training for the past 3 months. We balled out, did what we had to do. Got some good got some good times, got some good, technique, got a little bit of film up. Man, I'm still tired afterwards, but I feel like today was a really good one. I feel like everybody came out here, did what they needed to be done. There was a whole lot of support from the players still on the team, and I love that. I love everybody coming out here to support us, just like we're going to be out here to support them next year and everything, man. So that was just my synopsis of it. Anybody got any questions?
What do you think about all the times you've worn the CU Buffalo, but how would you describe that experience?
It's a different experience every time, man. Every day you come into the building, you don't know what you're going to get. All you know is they're going to have to give 100% every single day. It doesn't matter who you is, what you is. You got to come out here and you got to work. I feel like the CU uniform for me epitomizes like our core values, everything that we say. Smart, fast, tough, disciplined, and with character. That's everything that we say. That's what we try to strive for and everything. And being in that CU bus uniform, I really feel like it brings out a lot of emotions within the people that are truly passionate about it. And I feel like as we go along more and more, new passionate people are coming in every day. So y'all saw us with a little bit of passion last year. I feel like the passion is going to come in a lot this year. And you can see a lot of it just out there on the field, just everybody supporting each other, everybody coming out to show their support for us seniors, and that really meant a lot to us. So when you put on that CU Buff uniform, you really feel like it's a brotherhood. Everybody's going to stick with you, everybody has your back. And as you guys mesh and get together, it's just going to be a whole lot better.
Is this your first reality of going the next step to the NFL? Does it kind of hit you that I'm out here doing a pro day, and what's that moment like?
Like you say, it's a bittersweet moment, man. Like, it never really hits me. I still feel like I'm laid behind in classes or something. I'm still supposed to be taking classes right now. But, yeah, it's definitely been a huge step. I mean, I've been out here training and whatnot, but really getting into this pro day and really seeing the scouts come out and understanding, hey, you have a month until the draft. Let's see if you can put yourself in a position to be drafted and whatnot. It's different, It's really like it really starts to hit you when you really start to feel it hit home that I'm not in college anymore. This is playing for keeps. Now I'm really trying to go out and make myself a business out of this sport. I really want to go out there and play football for a living, and that's what I really want to do. And just being able to be a part of that and just seeing that, like, how everything has just come full circle. Like, you feel like you've been in college so long. I've been in college for 6 years, so it's really hard for me to really distinguish between college and real life at this point. But it's starting to hit now. Like, this real thing was the big major milestone for us, and I feel like we have a lot more milestones to go, so I can't wait for it.
How would you evaluate your performance today?
How would I evaluate my performance? I feel like I did well. There's always, as you know, there's always improvement. There always can be more to be done, and I feel like I did well, but as always, I feel like I could have done a lot more. I feel like I left a little bit on the table, which I didn't really want to, but you never want to, but I feel like that's just how it comes, and that's just how it goes. You train for so much for so long, and it depends on how everything goes. So at the end of the day, I feel like we went out there, we gave it our best, and I feel like we put on a pretty good performance. Me overall, and just all of us overall. I feel like we did a pretty good performance. I feel like we made CU Nation proud. I feel like we did a little something out here, but I feel like we did good. That's all I can say.
What was the experience like with you and Taj out at the Tropical Bowl, and how do you think you performed out there?
See, the Tropical Bowl, that was an experience, man. We actually went down to Daytona, Florida. We ended up playing at the Bethune-Cookman HBCU stadium. My bad, I'm over here tripping right now. But we ended up playing at the stadium. Me and Taj, we were actually roommates down there. We decided to treat it like, hey, it's just another one of our CU bus games, man. We went down there, got a hotel together, we stayed. It was all fun and games, man. It was all chill. But down there at the Tropical Bowl, I feel like we had some pretty good eyes on us there as well with the scouts. We went out there, and I feel like we dominated. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Me and Taj went out there, set on a mission. We said, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go out there, we're going to play, we're going to dominate, we're going to show what kind of football we can play. We went out there, the game ended up in a tie. Feel like we won, honestly, but we just going to leave that up to debate in the film, or so to speak. But it was definitely a great experience down there in the Tropical Bowl. Me and Taj both ended up with a sack, TFLs. I believe he had a forced fumble, I had a PBU, so it was a good experience overall for us just to get our name out there and just to enjoy one more last football game with other people and everything in college. So I feel like overall that was a success, and that set us up for today pro day actually as well.
What kind of advice have you gotten from Diondre about this process?
This process, definitely, no matter what it is, treat everything like a game. Like, his entire mentality from what he said, from when he played all the way up until now, no matter what it is, as soon as you make it into a rookie camp, you make it, you get drafted, you go on an undrafted free agent. It doesn't matter where you are, what you do. As soon as you get into that camp, you got to show you're going 110% no matter what. There's not no slow down. There's not no, hey, take a break. There's not no slow. Everything's fast paced, and you got to make sure that you're playing every day like it's a game. Make sure you're in your playbook. Make sure you're studying. Make sure that you are physically, mentally, and emotionally locked into what you want to do with your life, because it's a business. As it is, everybody knows, football is a business, whether it's the NFL, whether it's college, whether it's anything. Football is a business. Yes, it's supposed to be fun, but at the end of the day, you have to understand, these are people's jobs, and this is a job that you want. This is a job that you want to go out there and play every day. If you want to do that, you got to be willing to put in the time, the energy, the effort, the work to be able to do that. So if you're going to do that, I mean, shoot, that's the most thing I can really say. Treat everything like a game, whether it's watching film, whether it's practice, whether it's actual game, whether it's you at home just playing Madden. Treat it like a game. Go out there and try to win in Madden. Because if I'm using the Ravens against the Chiefs, I want to win. It doesn't matter who it is, but everything is a competition. And at the end of the day, you want to put yourself in the best possible light. So his advice to us: make sure that you're doing everything 100% of the time.
How do you spend the next month before the draft? And do you have visits set up with teams, or what do you imagine this last few weeks will be like?
These next few weeks, I'm not too sure. I've just been more so worried about trying to get to pro day, trying to put on a performance out here today. I don't really have anything too crazy set up. I don't have anything, so to speak, as so far. I did take a visit earlier last week, but at this point, I'm just playing it by ear. I still do train. I'm training out here in Denver, actually. I'm still going to be here in Denver. I'm training over at Pivotal out in Parker, and great place run by Pat. It's an amazing place. If you guys are looking for any sponsorships, I'm sponsoring Pivotal right now. Pat, Pivotal, everybody, we're going to Pat. But no, so for me, it's just going to be training up until the draft, see what happens in the draft. If I'm blessed enough to get drafted, I'm going to get drafted. If not, I'm going to find myself somewhere as an undrafted free agent. I'm going to walk on and I'm going to dominate that way. It doesn't matter what is going to happen. I'm going to try and make it to the league. I'm going to make it to the league. I'm not going to let myself out of the league until I say I'm otherwise. So that's what it's going to be.
All right, thanks, Jordan. We're going to get someone else in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
What's an underrated skill that you can bring to any team that you're doing?
I feel like an underrated skill that me, along with a bunch of our DNs, is that we are energizer bunnies, so to speak. We're always going to be running. We're always going to get to the ball no matter what. I feel like we have that edge of we're not going to stop until the play is over. And even after the play, we're going to keep going. So whether the ball's running away on like a counter backside and I'm all the way in the backside, I'm going to try to run it down. It don't matter if the ball gets thrown 15 yards down the field, I'm going to try to run it down. Quarterback tries to roll out away from us on a bootleg, I'm trying to roll all the way down. At the end of the day, I know if I'm not going to do it, somebody else is going to make that play. So why am I not the one to make that play? If I want to make that play, I'm going to go make that play. If D-Mac want to go make that play, he going to make that play. Taj make that play, he going to make the play. That's what I feel like all of us as the CU Buffs bring to just anything. We always have that. We have that chip on our shoulder where I feel like a lot of us has either been overlooked or a lot of us have either been not given the credit that we feel we're due, or certain things like that where it feels like we've been overlooked, overshadowed, or anything like that, basically because of the situation that we're in. But I know for a fact that with that makes us even more hungry. I feel like that makes us more ready to thrive. We want to go get success more than other people around. So I feel like that's a redeeming quality for us. We never want to stop. We energize. We always want to run after the ball. And we're disciplined. I feel like we're pretty well disciplined as a team, especially more so now looking back at it. I feel like we're pretty disciplined in our techniques and our assignments. I feel like we know what we're doing. We don't need to be told more than one thing. Once we do something, we go and we're able to self-correct. We're able to correct ourselves. So I feel like there's a lot of redeeming qualities that not just me, but everybody around our D-line and our team has in general. So at the end of the day, I feel like we're gonna have I feel like we got some pretty redeeming qualities. I know you just said one, but I had to give you all of them. My bad.
Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Of course.